Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black. I'm your host, the PokeGamer. In the last episode, we managed to finally make our way to Black City, found out there was really nothing there for very specific reasons. And today what we're going to be doing is kind of going through Undella Town, seeing what all is here, considering we managed to make our way here as well in the last episode. So, also, I feel like I should mention that if you plan on using a Milotic, this is one of the best places to go because you get a free Prism Scale here, which is pretty much the required method of evolving Feevast into a Milotic. So, I mean, that's kind of a thing. Excuse me. So I guess we can kind of start off with a couple of things. First off, for anyone who seems to care, or actually, you know, cares, it is my birthday today. Whether or not you decide to wish me one, it's completely up to you. But I mean, whatever. So I figured I would just kind of cover that really quick. Anyone that wishes me a happy birthday, thank you very much. And yeah. So next thing we want to cover is the fact that the US or English versions of Pokemon X and Y have finally got another event announced. And the thing that sucks about it is it's kind of a 2-day event, and it only is for the VGCs, I think, for Nationals this year or something like that. The thing is it's apparently a okay, I'll just read this off. It has been announced that the shiny Mamoswine based upon last year's champion Amadi's Mamoswine is to be distributed at the United States, I'm assuming Nationals. Serebii didn't add anything after at the United States, on July 5th through July 6th. The details for this Mamoswine are the same as its release in Europe last month. In addition to this, it has been confirmed that the VGC Nationals and World Finals will be live streamed on the official Twitch account. We'll provide the stream on the day. Our event database has been updated with the details of this event. So, few good things here, obviously. One, for anyone that's going, they can get the Mamoswine if they happen to get one that has good IDs. Mind cloning one, passing one my way. Actually, just kidding on that, unless you really want to help me out with that. It doesn't really matter. I think I have like 2 or 3 good Mamoswines as it is. Whatever. The other good thing that was announced here is the fact that they will be streaming Worlds and Nationals, and that's kind of good. I don't know what they mean exactly by finals. Maybe like top tables, like the like the semifinals, whatnot, or if they're literally just going to do literally the last matches for like. That just seems weird. Excuse me, my throat's kind of acting up because it's. And maybe it's the humidity or something, I'm not sure. But yeah. So I mean, either way, they streamed it last year and it was pretty cool, so it's gonna be kind of cool to watch it again this year. I hate my throat during the summer. Anyways, that house that we were just in, there are very quote-unquote rare items that you can find in the game that you can take to him and make a lot of money off of, as well as the kid. He's not the only kid, there's actually a little girl as well that you can battle, and yeah, you can battle them daily. This house, I really don't need to explain this, it's already on the screen. Cynthia, this is her villa, I guess is, you know, whatever. She is here doing like research or whatever, and as a result she's just like, okay, here you go. Thing is, she's also one of those trainers that you can just battle every day. I think she only really battles you during like summer, spring, maybe fall. She doesn't do anything during winter, so kind of keep that in mind. And right now, we're not going to battle her. We're probably going to save her for after we beat the Elite Four, or just before we decide to go beat the Elite Four again. Because levels are a thing. So I mean, that'll be something. So what we're going to be doing here in Undella Bay is, as you can see here, there are little areas where you can dive. Generation 5 was the first game since Generation 3, as far as I remember, that you could actually dive underwater. So, I mean, that's kind of a thing, and I guess we'll be kind of able to do that again, won't we, once we get Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. So, I mean, that'll be something. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cover Undella Bay here, take care of all the trainers, and then we're going to work on something after that. But considering I brought up Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, there was something I actually remember seeing on Facebook at one point. A lot of people have been saying, oh well, they did a lot of cool things with X and Y and stuff like that. Examples would be the benches and the fact that you can now actually, you know, physically sit in the chairs and stuff. Someone brought up the fact that, what was it, Slateport City, the beach area, there were the chairs and stuff, or, you know, I don't know exactly what you call them, but those like beach chairs or whatever, they figured, you know, instead of just being able to sit on them, maybe you'll actually be able to lay down on them now. And if that kind of is the case, it'd be kind of cool that if you actually lie, or you know how like in X and Y and a lot of other games, how like some of them you can just walk into the bed, because then it would just show your head and you'd be like kind of under the covers. There's that. There's also in X and Y how you could just sit down on the bed. Maybe in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby you can actually lay down, which would be kind of cool, I suppose. I don't know. It's something weird that some people have thought of. There are probably countless other things that you can think of to do. I remember there being the little mail system with the the Wingles or whatever. It'd be kind of cool that if you kind of help deliver that letter, like you could, or you, like I think, I can't remember exactly how it worked, but I think you actually saw her send out a Wingle or something. It'd be kind of cool if you actually saw it like fly out the window or something to go and deliver the mail or something. Some of the other things that I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing, Fiery Path is going to be interesting. There was a lot of steamy areas, stuff like that. There was, I don't remember the route, but it was the route with all the soot coming down from the volcano. That should be an interesting thing to kind of witness as well. So I mean, like there's a lot of things that I just kind of am looking forward to seeing. I really do think that they will be bringing back the secret bases, in which case I'm kind of curious as to like all the decorations and stuff that you can use, like all the cool implications that you can actually do with the stuff that you put in your secret base, stuff like that. I mean, if you think about some of the things you could use back in Generation 3, there was tents, there were musical tiles that you could put on the floor, stuff like that. And musical tiles would be kind of stupid and annoying, really. I mean, if you really wanted to annoy the crap out of anyone that decided to go into your secret base, I mean, sure, you could plant tiles all over the place and just have them, like, step on the most annoying things on the planet. But, I mean, there was, obviously, like, plushes, there were posters, stuff like that. The fact that they might actually give you things like a bed and stuff now. I don't remember if you were actually able to get a bed or not back then. The closest thing that we had to like a secret base since Generation 3 was in Platinum, where when you went into the fight area, I think it was the resort area or something, where you were given your own little condo or whatever, and you could buy like furniture and stuff for it, and you really couldn't do anything with it. And I don't think that anyone, like if you connected with them via wireless or whatever, I don't think that they could do anything in there. So I mean, like it's something that's been needing to be expanded on, and they just haven't really done it. So I don't know. It's just something that I really want to see done. I think I've covered this before, but I kind of want contests to go back to the way that they used to be, where you had like each of the Pokemon off the side, and depending on your performance, you would get a certain number of hearts, quote unquote. And like if you had more hearts or more appeal or whatever, you would be higher up, so you'd be able to perform like sooner and all that other crap. It was just so much better that way. I think it was just, maybe it's just the fact that I kind of appreciate simplicity, I suppose is a good way to put that. But I mean, like, the old contests were so much better. They were, in my opinion, a lot more fun. They weren't as like time consuming or energy consuming, I guess is a good way to put it, because like I've tried some of the newer contests from like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and you have to do all these weird things and all that other crap, and it's just like these aren't the contests that I grew up with. So I mean, like I remember when I last had a physical copy of Emerald, I used a Rayquaza through the Slateport City stuff. No, not Slateport City. What the hell is Lily Cove or something like that? The city with a big mart. I remember using Rayquaza there, and I ended up like winning a huge chunk of all of the contests. And I remember, like, you know how whenever you actually beat the main contest or whatever, you get your like Pokemon's image for that specific contest in the art museum. I had my Rayquaza in that. So I mean, I don't know, like, I enjoyed the old contests. The new one, not so much. I'm also kind of very worried about how they're gonna do the Sky Pillar, just because it was already kind of difficult in Generation 3 because you had to use the Mach Bike, no questions asked, and if you weren't good at controlling that thing, you kind of just couldn't get to the top. You literally would be sitting there for like an hour trying to get past a certain area, then you'd fall down, and then you'd try again, then you'd fall down, then you'd try again, and then you'd fall down. And then if you didn't have like repels or whatever, you would run into all of these wild Pokemon that would interrupt your like direction and all that other crap. So I mean, it was just kind of a huge pain in the ass. I mean, I feel like they need to make it easier. That's another thing that reminds me. In Generation 3 we had more than one type of bike. I wonder if we'll just be able to do like we did in Diamond Pearl Platinum, where you can like press B or something to change the speed of the bike. I don't know, like, it'd be kind of silly to give us two different bikes in the game again like they did in Generation 3. But I mean, like, they didn't do anything in X and Y where you could increase or decrease the speed. Not that there was much reason for it, of course, but I don't know. That's just something that I feel like we need to, you know, have looked at again as well, because there were different mechanics in Gen 3 that required a fast and a slow bike. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, down here is what we know as the Abyssal Ruins, I believe. Down here you can find relics as well as all of the Arceus plates. Of course, you have a limited time down here, as you can tell. Like, it says, oh well, a sound is, you know, doing whatever. The louder it gets, the sooner you're going to be thrown out. And as you can see, like, there are just random items lying around. So I mean, like, there's an iron plate. So I mean, iron plate's cool, I suppose. I'm not sure if the steel Arceus is actually all that used or not, but whatever. Unfortunately, I didn't have like a map for this, so like we'll be doing this more accurately in the next episode, of course. But there's a few main reasons why you want to come here. All of the good Arceus plates, of course. Obviously, you're not going to need every Arceus plate, just because, you know, you're never going to really play it competitively unless you're going to play it as like a normal Arceus with like a choice band or something with like extreme speed and all that other crap, or maybe even choice specs. Or you're going to be using one of the type plates, in which case you're going to probably be using, I think they used things like steel. I don't know if Dragon was really all that used. I'm sure Fire was, as well as a few other things. I never play Ubers, so if I'm wrong, whatever. But so I mean, like, you just want to get the essential plates, and that's about it. But there's also, like I said, the relics, which you can sell to that old guy in that like mini mansion type place. He gives you a lot of money for those, and there's a relic in there at the very, very, very end of the whole ruin thing that is known as the relic crown. That crown sells for, I think, like 200,000 or something like that. So if you're capable of cloning that item, then you can make a lot of money just because. So I don't know why you would need like an infinite amount of money in this game, especially in the post game, but I mean, it's kind of worth getting just to have. I mean, free money is free. EV training's still kind of a thing. You can buy all the proteins and whatever you need, I suppose, when it comes to EV training. So I mean, that's something. But yeah. And like I said, it clicks, and then you're kind of just in here, and then as you progress, it's kind of like a rappel. Eventually you'll hear a sound, and you'll hear another sound, and you'll hear another sound, and then I think the sound after that, it takes you out, and then you have to go back in again. So, like I said, without a map, like doing things in here is kind of difficult. So, I mean, it's just something you have to navigate through and try and do your best to find like all the things that you want to find. There's more than one entrance, of course, so I mean that's kind of a thing as well. But we're kind of out of time anyways, we're over 15 minutes. So in the next episode we're going to continue going through the Abyssal Ruins, and yeah, it's kind of about it because there's a lot to do in here. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.